Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. This is by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz, illustrated by Tijana Lukovic. Hopefully I am pronouncing all of those names correctly. I do apologize if I am not. Thank you to Rockpool, who publishes this, for sending this my way. It retails for $24.95 in the US and $18.99 in the UK. And of course, everywhere that you can purchase this, I will link down in the description box below. All right, I'm excited. Let's get into it. So Ostara, also known as the spring equinox, marks the end of a journey, renewal, and new beginnings. It's an opportunity to step fearlessly into a fresh path and surrender to the powerful version of yourself that you are becoming. Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle offers nourishment for your hopes and your goals as you enter the next cycle of your spiritual evolution. Beautifully illustrated and with uplifting invocations and practices to explore, this deck will help you transcend even the darkest, longest winters of your soul. Includes 44 cards and a guidebook. I really love the holo that is going on here. That is really fun, as well as having it in the print here. Very fun. Okay. We've got the moon. There's the guidebook. Okay. We're going to take a peek at this real fast and we'll dive deeper into it when we pull a card. But we have the introduction, we have the themes and areas of focus for Ostara, how to use it, spreads, and then the card meanings. And now the wheel is complete. In your hands is the last stop on the wheel of the year, forever enshrined in Oracle deck form. Oh, I'm so excited that this is full circle now. If you want to check out any of the other Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks, I do have a full playlist for you. So you can look at that on my channel. So we have the themes and areas of focus over here, how to use the cards. So you can use them however you see fit. And then repeating element is the egg. Oh, rebirth and realignment. All right. And then we do have information on creating an Ostara altar. And here's the spreads. Interview your deck. The Esther, I can never pronounce these correctly. Cross. The spring equinox spread. Then we have the spring cleaning spread, Aries spread, composting spread, jasmine moon spread, and the second chance spread. I love that. And then there will be some fun rituals or invocations in here as well. All right, let's get to the cards. Oh, look at the back. We have Bunny. Aww. That pretty peach color, and we have hollow edges. Love that. Okay, same card stack as the other decks. Very flexible, snapping back. In the medium thickness realm. All right, and it is a gloss. We have the hollow elements here as well. Ancestral lands. Aquamarine. Aries. Aromatherapy. I really love this style of art. I think that is very folklore-esque, if that makes sense. It's comforting. Astrological New Year. Chicks. Cute. Community garden. Composting. Creating altars. Little cards there. daffodils, Easter egg hunt. Oh, it's been so long since I've done an Easter egg hunt. Eggshell pots. Oh, this is such a great idea, especially if you are needing to start your seeds, to get your eggshells that are rinsed clean and pack in the soil for seed starters and let them hang out. It's a great reuse, renew, recycle tidbit there. Austere. Floral Mancy. Oh, cute. Flower wand. Garden party. Germination. Oh, I love that. Grasshopper. This feels very fresh and fun and gentle, but sincere. We have the hare. Hot cross buns. Irish moss. Jasmine. Lamb. Moon milk. Mushrooms. Ostara bomb or Easter egg tree. Painted eggs. This really is beautifully done. Peach moonstone. Pink moon. Plant dyeing, as in color dye. Primrose. Rainbow. Robin. Sacred circle. Seed blessing. Shortbread. Simmer pot. I love me a good simmer pot. I tend to do mine a lot during the fall, though. I need to be doing them more. Spring cleaning. Spring equinox. Spring hike. Spring rain. Tea party. Terrarium. And wreath making. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see how it shuffles. Oh, yeah. Nice. I'm going to do it from side to side. Yes. Okay. So either way, and it works well overhand as well. Can I get a card to read, please? Okay, Austere wanted to come out. And on the bottom, it says, "In the darkest of hours, when all seems to be lost, comes the magic of light." In the guidebook, keywords: dawn is coming, joy, blessings. Okay, and it repeats the same saying on the card. And over here it says, Ostara is the Germanic goddess of spring and dawn and is the namesake of Easter. Those who are fortunate enough to witness her will receive great joy and many blessings to come. Receiving this card means you can count yourself among the lucky few who are gifted with the renewed sense of hope only spring can bring. Pay close attention as there are already signs of Ostara's influence peeking through the frosty, cold exterior of your situation. What seemed like a lost cause will suddenly show the first signs of your circumstances turning around. Ostara rules the dawn and reminds you that it is always darkest just before the first rays of light. Keep your faith steady and trust in the powers that be, as the hardships and challenges you have been facing are receding and you won't have to stumble in darkness for much longer. This card can even mean finding clarity of purpose and a deeper understanding of why you have suffered for so long. Above all, this is your sign to keep with your current path. You are so very close to the outcome you desire. I love that. It's beautifully done. And then here's a guidance ritual. I'm just flipping through to see what we can kind of peek at. Bring in abundance spell working. And yeah, just a bunch of fun stuff in here. I always love flipping through the whole books of the guidebooks of the series because it's just so well done with not only the amount of information for the messages, but just with the added rituals or meditations, recipes even sometimes. It's just wonderful. Amplify creativity and intuition, spiritual working. Like, this is fantastic. And it's accessible for everyone to do as well. The ones that I have seen so far. So with all of that said, I think this is just a wonderful series. I love this edition too. I think this was a well done last version of the series. It's just so sweet. It harkens back to like that cottagecore kind of feeling. I absolutely love the vibe of these decks. I think they are just invaluable when it comes to their messaging as well as what's included in the guidebook. So it's just really well done. I can never, sing the praises too much. I know I'm a little bit biased because I do enjoy the series, but like it's so well done. So I would love to know if you are excited about this one. I would love to know if you own the whole series. What is your favorite Oracle deck out of the series? I do really love the Beltane one, but Mabon has, definitely been a really good one that I've loved to work with. But I mean, they're all fantastic. So it's really hard to have a specific favorite, but I would love to know if you do have one. All that being said, thank you so much to Rockpool for sending this my way. I am honored, and thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!